Hey Rebels. Okay, something going down. All right. Yeah. So this Kuan Yin card, I would like for you to see the illustration. Isn't that gorgeous and beautiful? Um, so it says Kuan Yin in her temple of peaceful jade causes all conflict to elevate to higher peaceful resolution. A resolution and healing of any situation that is concerning you and is already underway. You are being asked to begin to feel the relief of that situation now, so you can more readily melt into the divine solution and blessing of peace from beloved Kuan Yin. Now, I came into this read with an important correction. Um, and it's not necessarily that it's a correction, more so, Spirit wanted me to expand on something that a lot of us have been hearing frequently, the concept that you are not responsible for anyone's happiness. Now, what Spirit wants me to share with you is that you are responsible for your own emotions. You are responsible for your well being. You are responsible for your happiness. Now, you as a person, as a guiding light, you are, as Spirit said, even just as a human being who makes mistakes, you are in certain ways responsible for other people's happiness, and this is via their experience of you. So if this is your spouse, you are responsible for their happiness within the experience of you. If this is your children, you are responsible for their happiness within their experience of you. Now, Spirit also wants you to attach to this message that we've also been talking a lot about reciprocity, the giving and the receiving, being given and receiving to equally. Do not pour into someone's cup more than they are capable and willing to pour into your cup. Now, this is not in the sense that, let's say someone doesn't know how to ride a bike, so you're not going to ride along with, you obviously you can't ride along with them because they don't know how to ride a bike, but you can teach them. And they can also do what we call transactional situation with you, where since they didn't know how to ride a bike, you knew how to ride a bike, you taught them how to ride a bike, they can teach you something else. Now, Spirit said that there's a lot of duality to these messages that you receive. So they need you to expand your mind and your understanding of these concepts a lot further than being Spirit, come on now, being so narrow minded to feel that it's a one way direction, one size fit all. Now, the one way direction of a path is of your choice. It's of your option. It's of your choosing, right? Because you can't have it all. You can experience a bit of this, like a taste sample of things, but ultimately you're going to have to make a choice in order to preserve yourself in better time management. So, how we are speaking of you being the experience for others, Spirit does not want you to put yourself in a place of complacency where you are giving and giving and giving and giving, and you are not receiving from others through their gratitude, through them being grateful, through them being appreciative, through them just their sense of kindness. I was watching this video, and this man was talking about how, I'm just gonna get a little explicit, how that there are women who he treat nice. There are women who he would do nothing for. There are women that he has done certain things to. And there are other women who think that he don't do that certain thing just because he has not done it to them. So Spirit said this message is not about you specifically wanting something in detail, in specifics, mm, uh, uh, I'm seeing a bullseye. Ooh, how do we put this, Spirit? Okay, a bullseye method of what it is that you have to have from them. Spirit wants you to pay attention to how people around you that you need to put limits on your dealings with them feel that they have to have specific things from you, especially if you have not signed that contract of commitment, like it being a spouse. Now, oftentimes when we come into these reads, confirmation. Oftentimes when we come into these reads, a lot of us as readers tend to speak from a single person's mindset state, okay? Forgetting that there are people who are devoted to others, whether they are in a licensed type of marriage or they're just in a marital mindset of agreement. So Spirit is saying that when we say use your own discernment, take what you need, leave what you don't need behind, take what resonates. You need to allow your brain to expand to implement yourself and how that may fit into your equation without force fitting anything, because there may be a message even if someone's not saying that this is specifically for singles or this is not specifically for marital couples. You have to be able to see yourself even in places that you disagree, right? So that way you are able to gauge the respect that others who are not in agreement with you, where they may be coming from. All right, not saying that you need to apply this to yourself, your morals, your beliefs, your principles, your values, but just for the sake of understanding others and why they may have made those choices, to be able to extend patience and grace to them. Now, Spirit is also saying that patience is a very fragile thing. Spirit is not speaking on you actually staying in place and waiting for them to get it right. When Spirit is speaking of patience in this regards, Spirit is more so saying giving them understanding, not biting their neck off, and going on about your way if you feel that this is not, that whatever that situation may be, is not something that you can sign up for or even co-sign up for. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this message. I hope that all made sense for you, and that you're able to register that for yourself, and so you can grow from it, right? So here we have self-care, we have better boundaries and awakening with dreams realized, honey. We gonna jump into the Kipper Ish because we want to see, is there anything trying to stand in your way, or is Spirit saying, hey, no, the path is clear, you can go this much further ahead before anything else decides to interrupt it. So Spirit, hold on, caught it. Okay. So unexpected money in reverse. Okay, no, unexpected money. This is giving me the energy of you are making change and you know exactly where this money is coming from now. As many times as you have gotten the unexpected money in your reads, you have a dreams realized. You know exactly what it is that is going to bring this unexpected money that you've been hearing about this whole time. You are on the right path to it. You have this idea. You know what this manifestation is clearly. And it's been seen in your reads as unexpected money because that vision was not making sense to you. That vision was not brought to light and brought here into your reality. Huh, babe, listen. You there. It's a beautiful day in a neighborhood. It's a beautiful day to be a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? You are my neighbor, okay? Honey, this is the gift. This is the gift that you, with unexpected money being here in reverse and the gift being here. Whatever you are doing, whatever it is, it's not even that you've been procrastinating on. It's Spirit is saying that you needed to get into a place where it made sense for you. And it's going to come from you. It's going to come from your creativity. It's going to come from the walk of life that you are choosing, that you saying, you know what, I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to hold back anymore. Whatever happens, it's that energy of creating something and giving it to the world. Baby, listen, 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 listen. They said we want to come down here. Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. All right, baby, listen. I said we want to come down here. So coming down, going back down there, down yonder. Oh, it's gonna be people. Once they realize that this this came from you, whatever this is, whatever, honey, not even whatever this is, honey. This abundance that you got coming, this new way of life that you got coming. People already have their opinions, not even knowing what the hell is going on. People already have their opinions about how things are going to happen, even knowing and seeing how your shit, how your life has just been crumbling, okay? Not realizing that anytime someone's life crumbles, you know this, Rebels. Anytime someone's life crumbles, that is a chance, that is a opportunity, that is a opportunity for you to rebuild a more sturdy, solid foundation. But due to how they perceive you, due to how they have written your character within their storyline, they don't see you being capable. They, honey, with the way my song, my sound, my song, my sound bowl is over here knocking, honey. It's knocking on this sacral chakra over here. Okay, this candle that I got over here, honey. Let me tell you, they don't know what's coming. It's like, I don't know how familiar you are with, it's not called carpools, but a office pool. When people make their guesses on when someone's going to get fired and they put money on it and they're gambling on it. Honey, they took a gamble and I'm going to let that thing keep on knocking. Okay. They took a gamble that they ass couldn't cash. Okay, honey, the way my mouth won't even, it's just having a difficulty with getting the words out. Spirit is saying that you yourself are going to be so amazed, and you are going to look around and you are going to see that you did this, that you built this. And Spirit is also saying that you are definitely going to have that good cry. We've been talking a lot about having that cry of release, just to release that suppressed those suppressed emotions, that suppressed anger. Even if you don't know what you were angry about, even if you don't know what you were suppressing, just having that good cry, that good ugly cry. Spirit said this is going to be a whole different type of ugly cry. It's going to be one of those, I did not know that I can fucking do this, but I believe in myself that I can fucking do this. And it wasn't even the fact that you did not believe that you can fucking do it. It was just the fact that you did not see things coming in so fast that your entire reality is about to shift. That is about to shift. It's almost going to be like one of those, you went to bed one night and you woke up the next morning and you have a different zip code. You're living in a different area code. Your walls are painted differently. They're cleaner. They have a different energy on them. They have a fresh energy on them. When you step outside, the neighborhood is just, quality. Okay? Now, confirmation. I had to catch that one. But Spirit said don't catch it, release it. Okay, gotcha. And I did. But yeah. But Spirit said do not shock yourself so hard that you like, oh, wait. No, they said keep on going. Just keep on going. Because the way that these things are going to change so quickly around you is that you are also going to feel how quickly you are meeting that change that you are seeing externally. Now, Spirit said, let's be realistic. There's levels to this. Now, this is not you meeting for some of you, this is not you meeting your ultimate goal. This is not you meeting your ultimate dream. For some of you, we have to understand that there are levels to this. And the reason why there are levels to this and that there are so many leaps of faith that we take throughout one lifetime is because we have to learn to take care of and to learn to nurture what it is that we were given. And also to show Spirit that, hey, I'm worthy of more. All right. So even if it's not your ultimate vision, even if it's not that grand finale, honey. You don't want the grand finale yet if you still want to be here, in life. I'm just saying, don't rush it. Enjoy the experience is what Spirit is saying. All right. This is like saying, oh, I can't wait until Friday get here, and then you realize how much of the week you didn't pay attention to, how much of the week that you could have been doing other things with, and then 2 weeks, like another week later, you're like, man, I wish it was last week again. I wish I would have had more time, because you don't realize what it is that you are rushing when you say, I can't wait until. Okay? No, Spirit said, be patient. Be patient. Remember the beginning of the message about being patient. You are definitely responsible for your own happiness and also how you consume happiness, how you experience happiness. Now, how other people experience happiness, honey, when Spirit said at the beginning of this message about how you are responsible for other people's experience of you. Now, yes, you may be the most joyful, grandiose experience, right? You're giving it your best, you're giving it your all, but once again, they are responsible for their own emotions, and we often forget that happiness is an emotion. So you can do your best and your damnness to create the experience of happiness for someone else, but that does not mean that they're going to receive it as happiness. You just know that you did your part, and overall, Spirit wants you to know, baby, you did your part. You are not responsible for how they choose to experience being able to see your abundance, being able to see that you took that cracked ass concrete, you grinded it up, and you recycled that shit and honey, you added some new, I don't know, granite or whatever the heck stuff called. I'm just so ecstatic for you, but we gonna keep on going. Confirmation. That was one of those sneak ups. This was like, it was the tickle in the back, and you knew it was coming. But honey, it came. It came. Bless us all, bless us all, okay, and not be less us all, but then again, let's be less us all of being less of what is not in alignment for us, being less of what we should no longer accept of character traits of others. We can love someone to death, right? We can love them and bring their whole spirit back to life. But it's the character traits that are flawed. And this is why Spirit is saying, hey, keep on moving. Keep on moving. And Spirit is also wanting you to work on how you feel when you say, well, they made it so far ahead and they wasn't thinking about me. Spirit said, work on that energy within you saying things like that. They're not saying for you to remove that statement, because it was true, right? Others made it further than you. They knew that they could help you in times that you actually needed help. Like you was at times that person who didn't know how to ride a bike, and they knew how to ride a bike, but they didn't care to assist you. They just, sat on the stoop just watching you fall over and over, knowing that they could have just told you one thing, and it could have helped you stay on that bike with or without training wheels, right? But Spirit said they want you to caution your energy, to pay attention to your energy when you get hearing this energy, when you meet this reality of your unexpected money no longer being unexpected, because you know exactly where it comes from, of this gift being a gift, because honey, you are the gift. What it is that you are that you are birthing into this world, it's going to have your signature all on it. And there are those who are going to be so spiteful, and they're going to try their damnness to disregard the fact that you did it, and the fact that all the things that you went through in order to even build the courage and the esteem to be in the creation of this. Baby, listen, because Spirit said you get the option. They the option, okay? They the option. We're going to come over here because we want to balance out this equation. Listen. This is not funny. That is a very uncomfortable laugh that I just gave. These ops are going to be very surprised about the fact that they even feel anything towards it, that they feel anything towards you. They're going to be surprised about how they feel about you being in this new way of being. Baby, Spirit said, keep on going. We ain't gonna spend this whole read up on them, but okay, listen. Okay, Jezebel driver, can we get clarifying cards and we're gonna switch it up? Oh, baby, listen. There is something about when you once were in a Jezebel energy that is the seed to this creation. Okay, Spirit is saying that it's the hustle. It's the hustle. It's the energy of the hustle. All right, because you know, Jezebels, they know how to hustle. They know how to hustle. Now, who said what they profit was, right? But it's that energy of the hustle. And this is why, as well, this is a attachment attachment to the ops and the third parties and how they feeling as well. Because they're going to feel that it was something about your past that you went back to that helped you gain these resources. That you must be up in somebody's face, that you must be up in somebody's bed, that you must be manipulative. Notice that you must be manipulative, that you must use your best assets. But it's the assets that you use was something that no one appreciated. The asset that you use was your kindness, was your patience, was your generosity, was your grace. Is, Spirit said, correct that. All those was, still is. You just have to suppress them for a while because there has been so many backbiting ass demons out here that have been getting you from every fucking way, like on some Walking Dead type shit. And Spirit said, nah, don't play with them. Don't play with them at all. Show them what you're working with. Show them what you're about. You are about to be able to live this life of being not hidden anymore. Not hidden anymore, even from yourself. Being able to live loudly, but with discernment, because you know you can't show everybody. Now, Spirit said we're going to take these right here. And like I said, can't show everybody. You can't show everybody how you got through your ascension. Now, Spirit is taking me back to that example of somebody not knowing how to ride a bike. And remember, I said that even though they could have had kind words to you, they could have changed your capability of being able to ride that bike. Spirit said now you get to sit on the stoop and you get to give them the words. But they're going to look for you to give them the action. They're going to look for you to give them the blueprint and the layout of how you actually did it. Even when they give you those snide remarks of how you get that, they are really looking for you to be combative. They are really looking for you to be defensive and for you to get in a space of actually explaining yourself and feeling like you need to explain yourself to be defensive. And Spirit said, don't get defensive at all because you now know who you are. You now know what you're about. You now know what you are qualified for. You now know, baby, how strong of a being I'm looking at. Being right here, by being in between these two energies and the word peace. Okay? Spirit is saying you now know. Now you may not be able to express it in words, but your energy is speaking for itself. Okay? There are those who are going to feel like your awakening is false. Right? They say, get this one right here, baby. There are those who, shut up. And they said, put this deck down. There are those who are going to feel like you're awakening, baby. There are those who are going to feel like your awakening is false. And that energy right there, how I just said that over and over. Spirit has said there's going to be this strong energy of you can give an answer. And they like, nah, that's not it. And you're going to, and if you decide to express yourself, no, that's not it. So they're not going to believe your truth to be your truth. They're going to feel that you were up to, once again, this Jezebel shit that you manifested being in Jezebel energy. When we know that, as expressed at the beginning of this read, that duality, right? It's how you consume the information that's being given. Now, someone could give two people a Jezebel guidebook and not have the title on there, right? And not even have the words or initials of a Jezebel up in it. Between those two people, it's going to be interpreted differently. So Spirit is even saying, you've seen how the Jezebel energy is beneficial. Not saying that you are going into the darkness of it all, but you realize that you live in a world of darkness and that consumers, advertisement do this all the time. Consumers typically look for things to consume that support their weaknesses, that support their delusion, that support their habits and their traits that they're not ready to let go of. And also, there are consumers who look for products and such and says that support them getting out of those ways and readjusting. So there are people who are forever going to be the student. They're going to be the one in the room running around like a crazed maniac with the dunce hat on saying, look at me, look at me. But then there are those who are like you, where it's like, you know what? I had the dunce hat on, but that was simply due to my ignorance and due to what it is that I didn't know. Let me actually gauge myself as the student, be respectful. Let me listen and be discerning and create and build my discernment of what is it that others know that I don't know. And how can these bad things also be good while these good things can also be bad? And Spirit said that's where you found your equilibrium at. That's where you realize, like, oh, the spectrum of all things good and bad, dark and light, however you want to put it. There's a spectrum to all of this stuff. It's just all about finding that balance. Okay, so we want to come. Spirit wants us to grab 3 off of here. So pain, baby, listen. That pain is loud. That pain is loud. That pain is loud. They want me to move this right about here. Okay, honey. And they said the earth angel has returned. So if you have familiars, being people who have been around you, who have seen you from your younger years to your more traumatizing middle, and then they see where you're going, and there's gonna be this energy on you that they cannot deny. But there are gonna be those who get silenced because they cannot deny it. There are gonna be those who are gonna still try to fucking trip you up. Spirit is saying, watch yourself, how you give second chances to opportunities and making amends. They said that's a complete sentence. Watch yourself on how you give second chances to opportunities and making amends. All right? Because, honey, this shit over here is going deep. It's going deep. And back to that tearful cry. So this pain here, there's a dual message here. Yes, these ops, those who have positioned themselves to be ops, Spirit is saying that you may not necessarily deem them as ops, but they have positioned themselves as ops. It's gonna pain their ass, but in regards to you, you are now going to be able to release so much of that weight of the pain that you have felt, that you know for a fact that you are not going to align yourself to return. I was just talking to my daughter, and I was telling her yesterday that I understand that I'm not a team player at times. When it comes to my stability, no, I'm not a team player. Because if you are in a contract with someone, and let's say you have a deadline to meet, and that there are certain things that are put in place on that deadline, on that contract, that says that within so many days or whatever the case may be, you need to report XYZ type of changes, right? And the person who you are in co-ownership of this contract, they fall behind and they forget, or they don't give it as much importance and as much attention too, as you would. Honey, you both lose. Even though you did your part, you both lose. Now, you could say it was all their fault, but this is part of the reason why when it comes to my stability, I'm not a team player. If anything's going to be fucked up, it's going to be fucked up because I fucked it up. Not because I had to keep on reminding someone and they chose not to. I tried to express the importance of something to someone and they chose not to. Now, when it comes to someone else's important thing, oh yeah, I can definitely be a team player because I'm not going to invest in someone else less than what I have invested in myself. Okay, so that is partially also the reason at the beginning of this message when I said, now Spirit said we need to do a little correction about how it is that you are and you are not responsible for someone's happiness. Okay, so you are and you aren't. It's conditional. Happiness is a conditional type of thing. Okay, happiness is not unconditional, but the terms and agreement, Spirit, Spirit said happiness is not an agreement. Okay, it's not an agreement because people may want more and more. Some people are just fucking greedy. But to go back to the message, because that was just a little sidebar I had to share with you. To go back to the message, honey, the way you are about to deep dive in whatever this is, honey, you are so bossed up. You are so bossed up in whatever this is for you. So Spirit wants you to continue to go forward. They want you to keep on traveling with their momentum. Yes, Spirit said there was a message that I was expressing that I kind of could have half-assed for somebody so they feel. But Spirit said they want you to think about it because I can't give you all the answers. Because me being me, Spirit already know I will sit here and I will talk for days. I will talk for hours on one thing and give you about 5711 type of examples. So that's why they be cutting me short and saying, no, come on, let's move along. Okay, so Spirit, what is it that you want us to see? I will be right back. You know what, fuck it, change it. Okay, guys, I saw that wheel and I was like, no, Spirit. Okay, I love you. But we need to put this, we need to put this out. We need to put this out. And with the wheel, I couldn't even get it. I couldn't even get out. Okay. All right. Okay. Honey, and then we got this beautiful six of cups back. Okay. Beautiful 6 cup down at the bottom. Okay. We're gonna get to the middle, but here with the 5 of Pentacles, honey, listen, let me pull this in. I still got the deck in my hand. This is what Spirit is talking about. This 5 of Pentacles. You walked away and you left behind so much with your head held high. You are in your hardships, constantly staring at this mirror of this mirror, okay, of the visions of how you, within your internal soul, know things needed to be for you because you knew the purity of yourself. You knew the things that you have done and the intentions behind everything that you have done, good and bad. And the times that you have done things intentionally out of bad behavior, out of neglected understanding. Spirit said they heard you when you took accountability. Don't make me cry right now, y'all. Because, oh my goodness. You know what? If I cry, I cry. Okay? I'm going to try to hold it back a little bit because I want to be able to see this clearly. Okay? And Spirit is also saying that's how you're going to be. You don't want to cry yet because you want to see it clearly. You want to make sure that you're not asleep. You want to make sure that the moment that you blink, it's not going to disappear. Babe, listen. But there are those who have been trying to hold on to you, who have been begging and pleading, and who have been coming back, and who have been holding on to your hand, trying to give you apologies, and say, you know what, I'm sorry, I learned my lesson in a lot of those apologies that you got. Spirit said they were insincere, meaning that they were sincere because they felt it in that moment, like, of desperation, that if they didn't give you the apology now, they would never have the opportunity or the chance to give you the apology. They didn't understand why, But it was an apology out of desperation, not an apology out of clarity, understanding, and them actually wanting to gauge your forgiveness, and so they can correct themselves, their behaviors, and move forward with you differently, or even allow you to move forward and them go someplace else. And then move forward however they was going to move forward, even if it was staying stagnant. But Spirit is saying you are finally letting go of others who are trying to hold you back. You are finally doing that. There's so much more that can be said about that. And that's why Spirit wanted me to bring that card in, and so you can see it for yourself. There is so much more that can be said, because that person that's holding on to this woman's hand, they're actually in grief. Some of them are in grief, and they really don't know why. Like, there's just this blank being drawn across me. They really don't know why. But Spirit said, you do. It's your energy. Now they say, moving right along, because we ain't got time to play with it. We ain't got time to play with it. Honey, listen, this 7 of Pentacles, I'm seeing cards. Okay, the cards are, the cards are there. The cards are at your feet. There's a special patch. Honey, this is a deck that I have had for years that I don't think I've ever used. I took the protective stuff up off of it, but I had never used until yesterday. But notice that she, with this 7 of Pentacles, is building, nurturing from a pumpkin patch. And with her hand right here on the chin, what should she do next? What should she plant next? And here with the cards, the tarot cards, oracle cards, affirmation cards, right here on a fresh patch of soil. Your gift, your expected money, your abundance that is coming in. You have been so in faith. You have been so deeply I just now realized that was there. So deeply in faith. Working with your spirit, working on your mental, and feeling like that you were not really creating much at times because you've been doing so much internal work and not realizing how this internal work was going to eventually come to fruition with your external and with your external. So honey, keep on planting those seeds. Keep on just whatever prayer it is that you have been doing, however it is that you have been manifesting, keep up your spiritual hygiene. Keep it up. Because baby, let me tell you, this Queen of Pentacles and this, I want to curse so bad. It's a good curse though. This fucking Wheel of Fortune, baby, listen, Spirit said, if you don't present yourself like you know that you did the damn thing, when you see how fast all of this change come in, remember how when you were working on yourself, you're still working on yourself, right? All this time that you're working on yourself, it seemed like things were happening back to back to back to back to back, that you've been getting these messages of rest, how to rest. And now you've learned, you're learning what that message of rest was really about, right? And we've been going back to this message of rest. Spirit said now things are about to be happening back to back to back to back to back to back. They say we need to get a snap for that too. We're gonna be happening back to back to back to back. But it's gonna be constantly. You are gonna be so fruitful. Honey, confirmation. The harvest season that you have been in, and now you are about to actually see those things sprout. You are about to see them beyond sprout. They are going to sprout, and it's going to be like they bloomed overnight. Spirit has given me the image of a lotus coming out the mud underneath the moon. All right, but and they're also giving me the image of a sundial. So they're saying at any given time of day, be expecting it. And when Spirit is saying, they want to be clear, when Spirit is saying be expecting it, it's not necessarily that energy of, oh, I know it's coming. No, how about when it comes? Gratitude. I was waiting for you. Gratitude. I was looking forward to meeting you. Gratitude. I'm so happy that we finally met. Babe, listen. Oh my goodness. Let me rearrange myself a little bit. The independence life that you are about to be able to have. And this is not necessarily saying that you are going to be in complete independence where you don't need anyone in your life, or there may not be a sense of codependency somewhere. But this is complete independence. This is a being complete independence, that you don't need anybody to validate what you are capable of. This is without arrogance. Though Spirit said it's not quite without arrogance, because these mofos over here gonna feel that you are being completely arrogant because they don't think that it should be you. They said let's move on about this. So with the Knight of Wands, Spirit wants you to cherish every feeling that you get from this. And we know the Knight of Wands, that the Wands is about spirit, right? It's about being fired up. It's about just, our goodness gracious, great ball of fire. Baby, the Spirit said leave it there. Okay, but Spirit wants you to embrace every emotion that you have. Though we don't see any, oh, no, we got the cups right here. Here we go, baby. They want you to embrace every emotion. I blindsided. Because I'm just so like flabbergasted by all that I'm seeing right here. Spirit wants you to embrace every emotion that you are going to have. Even that, oh shit, you're going to make me cry. Even that emotion of anger, of frustration, that you are a bit disappointed that you didn't do this sooner. And it's okay. And Spirit wants you to know that it's okay. Because that feeling of frustration, it's not even going to last long. Oh my gosh. I'm feeling like a proud mama right now. I'm feeling there's this energy of just like, is this all for me? There is this energy of, I never thought that you would come this far to meet me. Your higher self is rooting for you all the time, even in the moments that you feel that you were weak, that you couldn't do it anymore. And your higher self wants to thank you for getting up in those next moments, in those next days, to pick up where you left off at after you took that break, after you reiterated to yourself what your mission and your purpose was. Maybe we gotta move along, because I'm telling you this, do not be shocked and surprised if you close the door behind yourself and you just let loose and you fall and you put your face to the ground and just thank every being, every spirit, every even entity that has ever, every entity, every deity, every god, every goddess, everything, every scuff mark that you might have got, that you just thank them in such a release of a way. That is when you gonna know that you have met that new beginning of a new cycle. That's when you gonna know that you have officially closed the door behind you, and that you have met that level up. So here with the Seven of Cups, let me fix myself. Okay. Yeah, that's one of those cries where it's just like, it's not just milk. Okay. Spirit wants you to know that this is not an illusion. This is not an illusion. I'm trying to get the tears off my hands before I pick up this deck, because they said the Seven of Cups is in collaboration with this Six. Okay. Notice how she's in her workshop and she's looking straight up to the spirits, to the heavens, to whatever your deemed belief is, that is up there to the universe, baby. To the universe. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I know I was. Ugh. But all those cups are representation of every triumph that you have made it through, everything that so many have told you and atoned to you that was not possible, everything that you fought through, everything that you made sure that you did not disregard your own belief in. Now, they said the Seven of Cups is in collaboration with this six. I'm feeling moments of innocence. You know, when kids, you like to, because look at these little critters right down here. Aren't they just cute? They're just so cute. The moments that you were, I'm feeling innocence here, okay? The moments like when you were a child, if you were one of those type of childs, those type of kids who like to do chemistry experiments, and you know, the first time that you saw that lab experiment just explode, or you know, you learned whatever you learned in science and biology and stuff, or messing with words and just being curious about the world. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but Spirit said this is about your chemistry. This is about the chemistry that you have had with those nostalgic moments of yourself, a reuniting with the innocence of yourself and your goodwill and all the intentions that you have set out, and actually sitting in your newfound space and looking back at everything that you have been through. And they're going to give you a moment. Now, those spirits say things are going to happen so fast, at such a fast pace, that, you know, it's just, I'm hearing more and more. More and more. Oh, more. Oh, yes. Those things are going to happen at such a fast, rapid pace. You are going to have that time where you just literally sit back and you just look at everything that you built, at everything that you created, at everything that you manifested, and realize how powerful you are. And then nobody can take this from you. That you built it. Back to what I was saying earlier, there's certain things that we're just not team players in regards to. Because you knew the work that you had to put in order to get here. Other people who aren't willing to put in that work, other people who just want their hands out to receive, do not value what you created the way that you value what you created. Like a mother cherishing her child, like a person getting their first fucking paycheck and never had a dollar to their name that was made by themselves. All the Spirit do not want you to forget about the people who spoke defeat over your name and over your life. Spirit does not want you to forget about the times that people have hurt you because they did not give you that experience of happiness and respect of happiness within the spaces that you shared with them, within the spaces that they knew fucking for sure that you were worthy and you were entitled to. But instead of being the one to step up to the plate and saying, you know what, I see this person being worthy. They've done so much for me. They've been there for me and throughout so much. They've even helped me see myself. Spirit said that these people chose to instead be the one to want to be rewarded for hurting you. They saw how others were hurting you and they jumped on the bandwagon. They saw how your family treated you and they jumped on the bandwagon. And Spirit said, lead them to that raggedy ass bandwagon they on. What we want here? Oh, then we said, lead their ass to that raggedy that bandwagon they on. Wagon. I heard wagon. So it's a whole lot of whining coming from that bandwagon. Spirit said, withdraw yourself from all that. Look at your individuality and what you have done for yourself. Rebels, I'm about to get you out of here. We want some of these. You want some of these. I'm about to get you out of here. Let's go ahead and wrap up this read. Oh, this was such a beautiful read. Okay, experiment right here in the center, baby. You know, I be getting these cards, the new card. Well, not the new cards, but the next cards to lay out, and at times forget about the cards that I've already put on the table. That's why I laid them out a certain way, because it's like, okay, what was back there? What was back there? Right. Okay. Yeah. What's that? Glimmering Euphoria. Ooh, let's read that one. And Blue Moon. Honey, that was something that your heart was manifesting, that your spirit was manifesting under that last blue moon. That last blue moon was about for. Oh. Okay, I gotta show you. What we say right here? What we say right here with the 7th? Fertile soil. Fertile soil, baby. Fertile soil. Okay, so we want to read this Glimmering Euphoria card. And it says, allow your inner light to shine brightly. A wave of good fortune is on the horizon, ushering in an opportunity to welcome more joy and happiness into your life. Rebels, let me tell you, no matter how toxic somebody told you that you were, because you were emotional, because you were an emotional being, because you felt more than other people felt, and you feeling more made them feel like you disregarded what they wanted for you. It made them feel like they needed to show up in ways that they didn't want to, that they weren't prepared to. They knew that if they tried, they felt, thank you, Spirit, they felt that if they tried to give you the grace, that if they tried to give you that opportunity that you deserved from them, they were afraid that they were going to fail. They knew that you were a fragile being. And not fragile in the sense of you're so weak. No, they knew that you needed to be handled carefully. And those other people had such a tough exterior and such a wicked interior that they didn't want your life, your blood on their hand. But that's exactly what they did. In ways they did have your blood on their hands. Right, so it kind of defeated the purpose, right? And Spirit said a lot of those are the same people who are going to be in that apology type of energy towards you, because you were a universal experiment. You were a universal experiment as well. Thank you, Spirit. You were a universal experience. I just had to give a moment of silence for that, because just feeling all the things and knowing all the things that people do against themselves and against others, and what they refuse to do just to be a part of the in crowd right now trending type of community. No one wanted to give you commitment. And if they were committed, they were more so committed to what was hurting you and not really committed to what will help them grow by helping you. You are that universal experiment and experience. That is a beautiful closing to this read. But Spirit said, don't forget, it's going to be a whole bunch of conflict about you, baby. It's going to be a whole lot. And there it is, believe. One more, and it says collaborative dreaming. Yes. They said one more of these ones. Collaborative dreaming. Softly, the tender touch. Once again, you are fragile. You are fragile. You know how to handle this package with care. Baby, I'm going to close this read, and after I close this read, I gotta go have a deep cry for y'all. I gotta go have a deep cry of happiness for y'all, for you, for you. I gotta go have a deep happiness cry for you and for myself as well. Because though this is a general message, this is a message for so many. So let me control. Okay, wait. What is the toxic deck card? Honey, control. So go listen to Janet Jackson, Control. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it down in the description. Okay, so it says, go back to the heart of who you truly are. There you will find peace. Look at your life in its entirety. Look at your life in its entirety. Acknowledge any old wounds and then release them. Use what they taught you as added strength. Keep moving forward with a renewed sense of confidence. 1551. Hold your vision. Yes. Focus on the good and maintain your move, baby. Let me wipe my eyes. Because what I say, I didn't want to cry because, I want to be able to see it. You're not going to want to cry because you want to be able to see it. Okay. It says focus on the good and maintain your, maintain your concentration on the outcome you desire. Focus on the good and maintain your concentration on the outcomes you desire. It's time to put your faith and time into your desires and pursue your goals with all your might. You have such a beautiful, courageous, and brave spirit. Rebels, I love and I adore you. But I'm going to send you on your way. I'm going to send you on your way. Morality. Wait, we need one of these for morality. Poker face, baby, listen. Spirit said, it's saying, remember what a good poker face look like. Remember what a good poker face look like, because it's going to be some people woofing up in your face. Yeah, baby, I love you. Yeah, baby, I miss you. Yeah, baby, I'm sorry. And all this, that, and the other. Or can you watch my kids? Or can we come over? Can we see your house? Can you? Or remember when? Spirit said, remember what a good poker face look like. They said, watch that's what is it called? A snare? That snare look. They said, caution yourself with the snare look, okay? They said, let them read through the depths of your eyes like you had to read through the depths of their eyes, okay? Now, I don't know who that's about for you in your life, but yeah, you said keep your hands, listen, let Spirit talk to you about that, because, I can suggest a whole bunch of different suggestions, but you got to go about your life how you need to go about your life. And it says, take back your power. Use your God-given power and intentions to manifest blessings in your life. Rebels, I love you so much. And these messages that you are getting within this one read has me wanting to take I don't even want to take up your time. I want you to know how big this is for you. I am constantly trying to let you go, but it's like I'm taking you and I'm shaking you. Do you know how big this is for you? Do you know how big this is for you? Wait, listen. Three of Pentacles. Map out that plan. Map. You've been mapping out that plan. Now remember what we said, what I said about sometimes you can't be a team player. And in this, you could not be a team player. Though you were working with a team, though you were working on the team, though you had a team working with you. But I'm talking about these human body meat suit people down here. There was times that people literally, Spirit, I'm still talking, I know. There was time, and I don't know, Spirit giving me these messages. There was times that you literally had to let go of people. because you knew that they was trying to pull you in this direction just by how much they knew you care about you knew how much they knew you care about them, and even how much you knew that they cared about you. But yep, Spirit said duality message. Even how much you knew that they cared about you, but your soul, your spirit was pulling you someplace else. You had to be someplace else. So Spirit said this is not that you were not a team player. This is the fact that you picked your battles. You understood the war. You understood what the hell was going on. You understood when you had to do this solo and when you had to be away from others. But you always knew that you were not alone, that you had your spirit, you had your ancestors, you had your team, you had your squad. And they were the most bluntful, honest, truthful ones to you that you have ever experienced. Rebels, I gotta let you go. I gotta let you go. Can we pull one more card? One more card. One more. And it said laid to rest. Shit. Laid to rest. Let go of lingering disputes and make peace. Even together. Laid to rest. So you ain't got no issues with anybody. You ain't got no issues with anybody. Even with icy goodbyes. So you're in the spirit, in regards to their spirit, their energy. And I'm not talking about spirits. I'm talking about these folks down here. They feel that your goodbyes are going to be very icy. They can't read you. They don't know why. That's because they wasn't a part of the book club this whole damn time. Okay? You've been booked and busy. Rebels, I love you. I gotta let you go because I keep on pulling cards. Okay. One more. I know, one more. It's a lot coming that you did not know that you manifested and that you did not know that you have earned. And you about to get it. Rebels, go live your life. Go make it do what it needs to do for you, babe. Go Rebels.